the Toronto Blue Jays, but they swept the damn Cardinals, winning 5-2 today at Busch Stadium. And look, we didn't want any more stressful games. The first two were stressful enough, blowing those leads and hanging on for dear life, but not today. 5-2 winners over the Cardinals this afternoon as the Toronto Blue Jays sweep away those St. Louis Cardinals. Blue Jays continue to dominate. They win another series. They've won 3 in a row. They are 8 games over the 500 mark for the first time this year. And you want to hear something crazy? You know who has the 3rd best record in the entire American League? Behind the New York Yankees and the Detroit Tigers? It ain't the Astros. It ain't the Rays. It is your Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah. This team has turned their season around on a dime. Some incredible pitching late in the ball game. I mean, Eric Lauer, Spencer Turnbull, Brendan Little, boy, he's always on the field for a long time. Yariel Rodriguez, a great 9th inning, touched 99 with the heater. And the Blue Jays are 8 games over the 500 mark. We talked about it yesterday. You wanted this sweep heading into the off day, and guys need it. They're a little banged up. Relievers have been used a ton. You have the off day today, or tomorrow. You got the weekend series against Philly, and you have an off day Monday. So you've got a couple off days coming up. You've done an incredible job. This team is just, they've turned everything around. And it is so fun to watch. We are watching our minor league system, which I haven't touched on at all. The pitchers down in the minor leagues, Trey Savage, Cal Steven, some other guys, and I don't want to get too deep into it, that are just budding stars. You know, they're making their way up the minor leagues quick, and they are dominating at each level. Meanwhile, the big club is winning ball games. They're 8 above 500. It is all good times right now in Blue Jays land. And let's break down this ball game. It didn't start well early for Eric Lauer, right? Allows an RBI single in the first inning to Wilson Contreras, and then Pozo hits a solo shot in the second inning. Or Pazzo, whatever. Anyways, you're down 2-0 after 2. But what have we seen this Blue Jays team do a lot recently? They don't panic, and they counter. It happens so often. After the home run, you're down 2-0 after the bottom of the second. You go to the third. And Tyler Heineman gets on base, an error. I guess they called an error. I was listening to the radio, and it should have been a single and an error maybe after. Regardless, he ends up at second base on the play with nobody out. Then Bo Bichette fires one up the middle for a base hit. Heineman comes in to score, and the Jays have cut the deficit in half. It's now 2-1. Then Vladdy, almost double play, but he's safe at first base. So great stuff from Vlad. And Kirky comes up, and he singles to left field, because of course he does. Vladdy up to third, runners in the corners. George Springer hits an absolute missile to dead center field, but it's caught by Victor Scott, but Vladdy comes in to score, and we have tied the game at 2. Awesome stuff. What happens in the next inning? You put up a 0 in the bottom half. Awesome. Keeps your offense hot. We go to the top half of the 4th inning, and Miles Straw gets an infield single. Jonathan Clase then walks. You have 2 on and nobody out, and your fastest 2 guys on base. Tyler Heineman drops down a bunt. Awesome. Both guys move up. Second and third, 1 away. Bo Bichette hits a fly ball deep to right. Miles Straw comes in to score. The Jays have a lead. I mean, the small ball has been incredible in this game. May have not been the long ball all the time. But then Vladdy singles to the left side. In comes Jonathan Clase. Jays now lead at 4-2. It is remarkable to watch. And what happens in that bottom half of that inning? You put up a 0. Keeps your offense hot. What happens in the next inning? Ernie Clement gets a ball up in the zone, drills it to left field, and it is gone. His 4th homer of the season puts the Jays up 5-2, and they didn't look back as they win this game 5-2 against the Cardinals at Busch Stadium to sweep this series. I mean, you look at we know the Jays have now won 5 consecutive series, but let's go back to them. And who'd you play? Well, after that painful one to the Rays, you won 2 or 3, as painful as they were to watch, against the Texas Rangers. Then you sweep the A's in 4 games, as you should have. Then you win 2 of 3 against the Phillies. Then you win 2 of 3 against the Twins. And then you sweep the Cardinals. This Blue Jays team is feeling special. I know it's early to mid-June, but damn it, they're playing good ball, and it's sustainable baseball. It really is. Your offense is winning in different ways every game. It's not the homers all the time. Today, you have 2 sac flies in an RBI single and a bunt to move a guy over. It's good to see. What are the player stats in this ball game? Bo Bichette went 1 for 3, but drove in 2 runs. The only reason he was 1 for 3 is because he got a hit and drove in a run, and then he had a sac fly which drove in a run, and he also walked once as well. So a good day in the office for Bo Bichette. 2 for 5 for Vladdy, the run scored and an RBI. Again, would love to see him more than freaking singles and ground balls everywhere, but fine. Alejandro Kirk, a multi-hit game. What else is new? 2 for 5 there. George Springer, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Good stuff there. He also had a sacrifice fly as well, so good stuff on him. Ernie Clement, before he left the game, hopefully he's okay, went 3 for 4, the run scored, a home run, an RBI. He's hitting 280 all of a sudden, is Ernie. Like, all of a sudden, Ernie Clement's got that OPS over 700. He's hitting over 280, an OBP over 320. He's been great, right? And even the bottom of the lineup, Miles Straw, Jonathan Clase, and Tyler Heineman all scored a run today. Every single one of them scored a run in some substance today. Awesome stuff there. The Jays had 10 hits, 5 runs on 10 hits, struck out 6, walked 3 times. It was great. Before I go any further, check out the TikTok page because I made a little interesting one. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the TikTok comments, of course, what you thought about the video. Regardless, in that video, I mentioned David Popkins. And some people, the more casual fan, may not know who David Popkins is. Let me tell you another name. Guillermo Martinez. A lot more people have probably heard of him. Why? Because when the offense was pathetic, who do you go to? That guy. And for the longest time, he was the Blue Jays hitting coach and this and that. Well, he was gone, fired in the offseason, and they bring in David Popkins, who was formerly a Minnesota Twins hitting coach. And all of a sudden, after a month and a half, I'd probably say, of really bad offense from this team, you look at the Jays' offensive numbers now. They're 14th in runs, which has definitely come up. They're 7th in hits. They're 5th in batting average. They're 9th in OBP. They're 10th in slug. They're 9th in OBP. And remember in home runs when the Blue Jays were dead last and it was awful? They're 15th all of a sudden. This Blue Jays team has turned this thing around fast. And you got to give a lot of credit to David Popkins. You really do. Guys you wouldn't expect to do incredible things like George Springer at his age, the way the last couple of years have gone. He's got an over 800 OPS. Ernie Clement stays red hot. The emergence of Addison Barger. The depth guys. I mean, Heineman, Straw, going out there making impacts. And Bo Bichette coming off of injury after injury and bad year last season. He's had a good year so far. You got to give credit where credit is due. We love to bitch and complain when things aren't going right, and you got to yell at the coach when things aren't going right. When things are going good, maybe give a guy a little bit of credit. So got to give him a shout out there. Pitching-wise, with it being the Eric Lauer bullpen day, he goes 4 1/3. Obviously, allows the first 2 runs in the first 2 innings. Settles down, gives you 4 1/3. 4 hits, 2 runs, 4 punch-outs, walks 1. Great stuff. Braden Fisher goes out there to clean up the 5th inning, gets both guys, strikes 1 out. Good stuff. Spencer Turnbull, in his first game as a Toronto Blue Jay, allows a double in on the very first pitch, but really settles in, goes 2 innings, allows a couple of hits. I think it was able to a ground ball through the infield. It strikes out 2, doesn't allow any runs, doesn't walk anybody. Good stuff from him. That changeup was nasty. Brendan Little, boy, he went an inning, a lot of hit and a walk, and struck out the side. You're thinking, no, it's okay. You don't like a couple base runners, but strikes out the side is good, and it is. But dude has thrown an absolute crap ton of pitches. I think he threw like 31 today, threw like 24 a couple games ago. I think he threw 34, late last week. He's pitched a ton. He just has a rough time getting outs because he just loses command at times, right? But he did a job, threw a clean inning, and Yariel Rodriguez picks his first save in the big leagues and throws an clean inning, no base runner, strikeout, no stress involved, and hits 99, I believe, on the strikeout to end the ball game. Great stuff from Yariel. Great stuff from the Blue Jays. They're 8 games over 500. They've won 3 in a row, obviously. And now they have a really tough test. After the off day tomorrow, they go to Philly. And it's not just them that you're worried about. It's the fact that Kevin Gausman's going for the Blue Jays, but Ranger Suarez is going for them. And he's only pitched 10 innings this year, but wait, 10 innings pitching a 4-1 record? That can't be right. Yeah. Stay Hot Score app. 43 in the third innings pitch. Got a 2.70 ERA, 38 strikeouts. I mean, he's one of their better arms. He's been outstanding this year. And game 2, you're seeing Christopher Sanchez, which I believe in the last outing, he diced up the Blue Jays on that Bowden Francis start. So that was great. That was 6 innings of 1-run baseball. And that's the pitching matchup again on Saturday. Yikes. The finale is Jose Barrios versus Zach Wheeler. Enough said there. It's going to be a tough 3-game set. Find a way to win 2 or 3. You do that, boy, the vibes just continue to grow. All right, so you know what, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the dub this afternoon, hit that like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays edition, of course, Friday, as they are in Philly, taking on the Phillies. Kevin Gausman, Ranger Suarez is the pitching matchup at 6:45 p.m. as the boys look to find a way to win their 4th straight game and start this 3-game weekend set on a good note. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the dub this afternoon. Talk to you guys then.